Hi, this is Mrs. Brode, and we are going to start our new unit on polynomials. In this unit, we're going to learn how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide polynomials. And then this information will carry us into the next unit. We will learn more about factoring. So before we start, we just need a few terms defined for us. So monomial, mono means one. This would mean one term. So a few examples, just a single number like 2, that would be a monomial. X squared would be considered a monomial. 3x squared y squared is also considered a monomial because there's nothing added or subtracted, so that is all considered one unit. Negative 5x is considered a monomial, and our last example, x divided by 3. All of those are one term, considered one term. So poly means many. So a polynomial will have many terms. And it's the sum of monomials. So we do have a binomial, and as it says, a binomial, bi, like bicycle, would be 2 terms. So for example, x plus y squared, that is 2 terms. X is a term and y squared is a term. 2x squared minus y, that is a binomial because you've got, didn't mean to erase, you've got 2x squared is one term and your y, and you're subtracting those. So binomial means 2 terms. So as you probably have already guessed, trinomial would be 3 terms. So 2x squared plus 3x plus 5. 2x squared is considered one term, 3x is the second term, and 5 is the third term. All right, so when we are adding or subtracting polynomials, we have to combine like terms and write the resulting polynomial. So x squareds go with x squareds, x's go with x's, numbers go with numbers, and so on. So if I'm adding 2x squared plus 3x plus 2 to x squared minus 5x minus 5, I'm going to combine all of my x squareds. So you can see I've got 2x squared plus 1x squared leaves me with 3x squared. So that is all of those terms. I've got a positive 3x minus 5x, so you have to be careful with that sign. So positive 3x minus 5x is going to leave us with negative 2x. So that's combining that term. And then finally, we have positive 2 minus 5 for negative 3. So our resulting polynomial is 3x squared minus 2x minus 3. So that's if we're adding. If we are subtracting, we're going to take the opposite of all terms in the second polynomial. And we're going to combine like terms. So it's just as if you were distributing this negative throughout that second polynomial. So I'm going to rewrite this 2x squared plus x minus 4 minus x squared, a negative times a negative, plus 4x minus 1. So all I did was distribute that negative out and make that each of the terms in the second polynomial the opposite sign. So now I'm going to move on and I am going to combine like terms. Sorry, keep forgetting to use the highlighter. So 2x squared minus x squared, so that sign in front is always important, is going to leave us with x squared. Then we've got a positive x plus 4x. That's going to leave us with plus 5x. And finally, we've got negative 4 minus 1 is going to leave us with negative 5. So there's nothing else on that problem that we could combine. So this would be my final answer. That's the resulting polynomial after we combine like terms. So moving on to the back, it says find each sum or difference. So this is adding. All they did here was line everything up so we can see that the same terms are in the same line. So what you can see right here is these two would cancel each other out. Negative 3x y squared plus 3x y squared would cancel out. So I'm going to write it from left to right. I've got 4x squared y squared plus 6x squared y squared. Those are considered same terms right here. So I would combine those to make 10x squared y squared. Then we've got 5xy plus 8xy. Those are considered same terms. That would give us 13xy. I cannot combine any more because x squared y squared is a different term than xy. So this would be my final answer. So just a little information usually on how you write polynomials. You usually start with the highest exponent in alphabetical order to the lowest exponent, and then any numbers are written last. All right, so this time on number 4, we are subtracting. So what we could do, remember it said that we are going to flip each of the signs. It's like kind of like the whole keep, change, flip when we were talking about integers a long time ago. So to make this positive, this would become negative 5m squared. This would become positive 6m. This would become negative 17. So now I can just add like normal. So I'm going to start with this piece. 11m squared minus 5m squared leaves me with 6m squared. Now I can add 2m plus 6m and get 8m. And now I've got a negative 11 minus 17 is negative 28. I don't have anything else that I can combine. So this would be my final answer. All right, so number 5, addition. So for number 5, I've got 3a squared, so I'm going to look for any other a squareds, and I don't see any. So I would just write 3a squared in my final answer. Then I've got 3ab. I'm going to look for any other ab's, and I do see a 4ab. So I'm going to add those together, and I'm going to get plus 7ab. And then finally, I've got a negative b squared, and then I see a positive 6b squared. So that would be 6 minus 1 would leave me with a positive 5b squared. And that would be my final answer. There's nothing else I can combine. A squared is a term, ab is a term, b squared is a term. So why don't you go ahead and pause the video and try working number 6 by yourself, and when you're ready, push play and check your answer with mine. Okay, so my final answer was 3y squared plus 11y plus 5. So what I did was I distributed that minus, that negative sign, to everything in the second polynomial, which basically just flipped all of those signs. And then I combined my like terms. You can see that in blue I've got my y squareds, in green my y's, and in yellow my numbers. And that's the order I would write them, from highest exponent to lowest exponent, and the number last. All right, so now let's put this into more of a word problem. The measures of two sides of a triangle are given. So we've got one side is 2x squared plus 3x plus 6, and the other side is x squared plus 3x minus 5. They also give us over here the perimeter, which we know that is the distance around the triangle. What we don't know is the measure of the third side. So we do know that if I added all three sides added together would equal 4x squared plus 5x plus 5, because that's the perimeter. So we do have one side that we don't know, but we can go ahead and combine like terms with the other two sides. So the unknown side plus the other two sides is going to equal our perimeter. So 2x squared plus x squared is 3x squared. 3x plus 3x is 6x. And 6 minus 5 is plus 1. So those are our other two sides combined. So how do we get this side by itself? Well, just like solving any one-step equation, we would need to subtract that entire polynomial from the other side. Okay, so where you need to be careful, we're going to subtract this whole thing. Notice I put it in parentheses because where people make mistakes with the subtracting is they forget that in order to solve it, we really need to change it into an addition problem, which means changing all the signs. Okay. So if you want to go ahead and do that before you move it over, change all the signs, that would be completely fine. So now I can see I've got 4x squared minus 3x squared would just leave us with x squared. 5x minus 6x is going to leave us with negative 1x, but we don't need to write the 1. And 5 minus 1 is going to leave us with 4. So our other side is going to be x squared minus x plus 4. Okay, so let's look at number 8. Find the area of the shaded region if 9x squared minus 6xy plus 3y squared is the area of the total region, and 3x squared plus y squared is the area of the unshaded. Okay, so we want to find this. We know the total, and we know this little piece right here. So let's think about it in words. If we know the total, and we know this little unshaded piece, we can subtract the unshaded piece out, and that's going to leave us with our shaded. So my total was 9x squared minus 6xy plus 3y squared. And I want to subtract 3x squared plus y squared. Remember again that you would distribute that, so it would really be, I'll just rewrite it so you can see, negative 3x squared minus y squared. Now I can combine like terms. So 9x squared minus 3x squared is going to leave us with 6x squared. Then I want to combine my negative 6xy, and I don't have anything else to combine that with, so I just include that in my answer, negative 6xy. And then finally, I've got 3y squared minus y squared, which is going to leave me with 2y squared. So this is going to equal the shaded part. And if you wanted to check, you could add that back to 3x squared plus y squared and make sure that you get your final answer for the total area. Okay, so number 9 says find the total area. They give us the area of each little piece. We need to add it all together. So I'm going to take the big one, 13x squared plus xy plus y squared. And then we want to add in 1, 2, 3, 4 y squareds to get our total. So let's combine like terms. 13x squared, there's no other x squareds. That goes in our answer. xy, there's no other xy's. So plus xy goes in our answer. And then y squared plus 4y squared gives us 5y squared. So the total area is 13x squared plus xy plus 5y squared. All right, so our final problem to work out is find the area of the shaded region if the area of the total region is 5x squared minus 4xy plus 2. So this is very similar to number 8, where we would do the total minus unshaded, and that would give us our shaded. So we know that our total is 5x squared minus 4xy plus 2, and we need to subtract out x squared plus xy. So again, if you just want to go ahead and distribute that negative, you can say minus x squared minus xy, and now we can jump straight into combining like terms. 5x squared minus x squared is going to leave us with 4x squared. Negative 4xy minus xy is going to leave us with negative 5xy. And then we have plus 2. And there's nothing for it to combine with, so we just tack it on at the end. And this would be the area of the shaded region. All right, so that's it for today.